Right,
No
okay.
point. You've got to get used to this body. See, what do you mean?
It's great that Tom Cruise just did a small cameo at the
This
beginning
is
of
good
this
as
film.
well because we're seeing it through the. What's the voice like, by the way? The bloke's voice.
It's the same.
Just the same as it was
Oh, is it?
earlier. So the whole thing is through his eyes. I haven't seen his face.
No.
Then he gets walking. It's
Yeah.
almost time to go home.
Yep.
His girlfriend comes in.
Yep.
It's her job to tell him the new news.
Oh
the
my god,
shocking
what
news.
is the news?
She says, "There's a mirror. Look in there." He looks in it.
Yeah.
He's Tom Cruise
Right.
because he had his accident on the set. He
Yeah.
had the accident. They ended up in the hospital.
Right.
Quick! We've got to act quick. This is the time. This is the future
Right.
where they use
Where they can use bodies.
bodies, all the rest of it.
So Tom Cruise is dead.
Tom Cruise dead. This
But
bloke
he's just a
Brian.
body. His body's squashed, but what's his name? Brian.
Yeah.
But Brian's brain is in Tom Cruise's body. Just a donor body. He just happens to
Just
look.
happened to. That's how
Yeah,
it'll be.
it's just meat. It's
just like
Tom,
like a lung donor,
exactly.
a heart donor.
Yeah.
It's
so
just
so this
timing.
is Brian. He just looks like Tom Cruise now. He's got Tom Cruise's flesh.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Now, at first, initially, he's annoyed
But
he's
his
like
voice,
going,
is
"I hate
the
Tom
voice is still
Cruise."
the same as his was, even though it's got Tom Cruise's
It's
mouth.
got a
and-
bit of both.
A little bit different.
Who's
little
doing
bit.
it? But okay, sorry. Just practically, who is doing the voiceover then for the?
It's Tom now.
So
He's
Tom's
acting.
sort of doing an impression of this actor.
Brian's inside Tom.
His
yeah.
name is Brian, but when you look at it on the telly, when the camera wheezes round
Yeah.
and you see him sat in his bed, it's Tom Cruise.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
His girlfriend's over the moon because she loves Tom Cruise.
Right.
He's gutted because he couldn't stand him. He can't stand the films. He's thinking,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but he must be thinking, I look like Tom Cruise, one of the most loved actors of his generation.
Yeah.
No,
And he's
you'd
also a
think
good-looking
so,
bloke.
but he's not because he's in shock. Remember,
Right.
he was expecting to see himself, and when he looks in the mirror, he's
Yeah,
seeing
no, it must
someone
be
else.
shocking. Yeah.
So
Also, the voice.
he's going, "I can't stand this," and she's going, calm down, you'll get used to it." I don't want to get used to it. And she's sort of saying, "Look, you're alive.
Right.
Stop moaning."
Yeah.
Brian, stop moaning, Brian.
Um,
She's calling him Brian, I assume.
she says,
And
yeah,
Tom Cruise just had a sort of donor card that allowed his body to be given away, did it?
Yeah, it's the future.
Right.
This is 2013, Steve. Things have changed.
Clearly.
Right.
but
What's his girlfriend's name?
Claire,
Claire and Brian. Okay, great. Just a different body, just a slightly different look.
All
Just
right,
like-
so
yeah, right.
he's seen that he looks like Tom Cruise. He's shocked, but he's getting used to it.
he doesn't look like him. He is him.
Okay.
No,
right.
he's not him. He's Brian, isn't he?
Yeah, but to most people, it's
Yeah,
when
he
he
thinks-
leaves the hospital.
They go, all right, Tom. I thought you were
They're all
dead.
going, it's Tom, and he's going,
Really?
"Oh, yeah," and he's going, "Oh, I knew this would happen, it's doing me head in."
Are there paparazzi? Do the paparazzi
No,
think it's Tom?
no.
Let
there's
him
no
explain. Sorry, Rick, because you
so
heard this.
is
I want to
weird,
hear
though.
this story.
This is weird though, because so he looks like Tom Cruise.
So he wheels out, he's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
He's going, "I'm sick of this." The other patients are going, "Tom, I thought you were dead." And he's
Yeah.
going,
Right.
yeah. And he's annoyed. He gets in the car. He gets out there
Right,
and he sees a poster up on the side of the road
right.
for Mission Impossible 8.
It's hold on though. It's finished. I thought he died while they were
It's
filming
not
it.
finished. But now, these days, he's shouting about films before they're made.
Okay,
It's
right.
like Lord of the
Really?
Rings, isn't it? Yeah, they're going, Lord of the Rings is in the making. And they're going,
Wow.
brilliant, and all the hype
But
and
they put
everything.
a poster up even
Seems
after.
premature.
No, the poster
Yeah.
was already up.
That
They haven't
seems
put it
premature,
up.
given that
Yeah,
a
what,
man
coming-
died during the production.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I'd have taken the posters down.
No,
but
it's
then I
all-
don't work in Hollywood.
Right.
So the poster's up there, and he sees it as he's in the car driving past.
Yeah.
And he thinks, that can't be finished.
That makes sense. Yeah.
They both look at each other. This is your chance. You wanted to be an actor. This is the chance.
Yeah.
Right.
Go back to the studio. So he goes in. "Hello, you don't know me?" And they go, "Oh, we think we do." And they go, "No, you don't. I'm Brian. Tom
Right.
died on your film set."
Well, they must
Presume-
know that. They must know
Tom
that Tom
Cruise
Cruise
died.
is dead. Because his family must have been
All right,
notified.
if you want, it makes no difference. We can tweak the script.
Right. You have, because before he was a plumber, by the way. It was a plumber who was turning up going, "I'm going to finish Mission Impossible 8. So that was the
I'd much prefer that. And I can sort out your lavatory.
You get the idea.
Right, no, we don't get the idea. So this is, Brian has turned up looking like Tom Cruise. He said the film company, right, who must know that Tom Cruise died on their film set. What were they going to do when
They
they
would
got
have
the
had to wrap it up. They would have
Well,
had
no,
to
what?
say...
You said they put the posters are up.
Yes, the posters are up before they've even finished
So they're
filming it.
cancelling the film until he walks in?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, so they are cancelling the film?
They're cancelling it.
Okay, so we're afraid that production has stopped on Mr. Possible 8 due to the death of Tom Cruise.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I'm Brian.
Who's Brian? Oh my God, you look exactly like Tom Cruise. Oh, have they done that thing where they put Brian's brain in Tom Cruise's body?
Yeah.
Ah, but it's not Tom Cruise. You can't act like him.
I'm an actor.
Yeah, but he was good because he was like one of the best actors.
He's not that good. I never rated him.
Yeah, but a lot of people did. And he's
a
got
lot of people didn't. So
Right.
let me bring in a new audience for you here. I can bring a bit to this.
Right.
So the film people. So just tell me what happens. Do they sign up the new guy? They
But
sign
is
up
it in
Brian?
the news? It must be in the news that
But
Tom
are they
Cruise
pretending that it's really Tom
died.
and
No,
that Tom
do
survived?
that. They can't do that.
No.
But they're quite
So
unscrupulous.
they've
these
told
Hollywood
the
people.
world that Brian is taking over. Brian, right? He used to be a plumber,
This
but
is
it's now
Brian, who
Yeah.
has no surname.
Brian
Fine,
has
right,
no
he's
son,
like
just
Madonna
Brian.
or Cher.
Exactly.
This-
So Brian, right? Is that Brian?
It's above the title. Brian
I
in.
bet it's Brian with a Y.
Brian
Right,
with a Y
right,
in
Brian.
Mission Impossible 8.
This won't work. Where's Tom Cruise? It's not the same.
So this, of course, gives it a boost because
Right.
The
people wanna
flagging
see-
franchise
people wanna
has
see how
been
good Brian is.
rejuvenated.
the
Yeah.
press, the news that's
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise and his new film.
Well, it's not Tom Cruise. They can't say that.
Well, it is though. When you look at him, you go, "Oh, it's Tom Cruise."
Well, no, you got to say a bloke that looks like Tom Cruise.
The body
in
of
his
Tom
new-
Cruise.
Yeah,
The
the-
acting ability of Brian. In a new movie.
Mission Impossible 8, starring the bones and skin and stuff of Tom Cruise with Brian's brain.
Oh, forget
Do
it.
you like Tom Cruise's face, but not his acting? Then you'll enjoy Mission Impossible 8.
Can't be bothered.
Oh, Mission Impossible 8 from the people who brought you the first 7 and the hair of the bloke who was in the first 7, but with Brian doing all the lines. It's Brian. It's some cunt I've never heard of on the 7th sequel.
No, wait, sorry, I really want to hear the ending of this movie. Please let me ask questions. You had your chance to ask him questions.
Right.
So where are we? In a sort of 90-minute running time of a movie, where are we now in the film? Are we about two-thirds of the way through?
We're close to the end. I'd
Okay,
say.
so
close to the
Mission
end.
Impossible 8 has been made. So what's the end of our movie? Not of Mission Impossible 8, but the movie you're making. What's the ending there?
Do we ever get to see him in Mission
I
Impossible
think,
8?
yeah, but I think what happens is he becomes the person who he never liked,
Right.
and it's. I just want to get across the moral that who are we? Are we the people in our body or the people we look like? What's important in life? Is it the way you look or the way you think? And he changes because he looks like Tom Cruise. He becomes the man he never liked.
But you see, to me, just from the outsider's point of view, even if I was to accept all the other premise of this movie, which is clearly horseshit, what would have been more interesting is that they don't tell the world that it's a new guy, that they tell the world it's Tom and that they've brought him back to life.
He'll have that.
That seems more interesting because
he
then
dropped
there's
the plumber.
tension. They're lying to the world, and this guy he's getting the glory that he always wanted as an actor, but he's lying, and that's a more interesting tension. Is he going to declare, actually, I'm not really Tom, I'm Brian, I've been lying to you all, and that seems like a more interesting dilemma. Instead, we've brought back the walking corpse of Tom Cruise with another man's mind. I mean,
But I think
if the
people-
whole world's accepting of that,
Yeah.
No, but you do want to see that. I think a lot of people would just want to see it for that morbid factor of my God.
yeah, but this is. You mean they want to see your film because of this morbid factor?
Yeah, this is a fiction.
This is a fiction. This didn't really happen. You mean the final act of the film is us seeing Mission Impossible 8, starring the real Tom Cruise playing just his own cadaver, and I mean it's an Oscar-winning performance from Tom. I don't know how he's keeping in check who he is.
What's his girlfriend think of this?
Who's
Brian's.
she's loving it, isn't she? Because she always liked Tom Cruise. She's over
What
the
did
moon.
Brian look like, just out of interest?
He's just sort of an older looking.
Well, who would play him? Who would play him in this film?
Probably. It's got to be American. I'm not that. What's his name? The bloke who was in Cheers, probably.
Ted
Ted
Danson.
Danson.
Ted Danson.
So Ted Danson is Brian. So Claire, right?
This is so confusing because Ted Danson's supposed to be someone that we've never heard of, even though he's Ted Danson, and Tom Cruise is playing himself, the famous actor Tom Cruise, who is now inhabited by Ted Danson, who's not Ted Danson.
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson as Brian.
Ted Danson as Brian, as Tom Cruise, as Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 8. Wow.
So have you got a title yet?
No, I just wanted to know if you're in.
Surely the wife of Brian.
The wife of Brian.
Who's played Claire?
Well, I'm up for you. You know, that's why I've come to you. I thought
There's
you'd
an
know.
obvious suggestion.
Okay, so-
Rebecca De
okay.
Mornay.
Okay. Yeah.
She is so hot after The Love of a Brain or whatever it was called.
You wanna go where everybody knows your name? It's Brian. Well, that's about it for this special.